What simple life hack should everyone know? No matter how good a person you are, at some point you will be the bad guy in someone else's story. You can't please everyone, and you shouldn't try to. Be a good person, and have friendships with people you can respect and look up to. Sometimes you're the bad guy because you're trying to be a good person. Like when your best friend of 15 years asks you to do something against your moral compass and you say no and they end the friendship and write a book about it. And you have to be okay with that. Buy anything you'd need in your kitchen from a restaurant supply store. Anything, plates, glasses, pans etc. There are a few online that sell to consumers. Those $8.99 tongs at a box store are like $1.30. A 16 ounces mason jar glass that sells for $3 a piece can be bought as a 12-pack case for $8.55. Oneida china plates that sell for $345.84 a case for $57.84. I just bought a 2-foot by 2-foot wooden butcher's block cutting board that would have been close to $400 for $55. Edit. Also, this shit is built to last years in a commercial kitchen under constant use. It sure as shit can handle your Sunday brunch cooking ass. Edit 2. I've been buying from here. https://www.websterrodstore.com/. Edit 3. For those asking about the EU, UK Mcmo replied, www.hughjordan.com if you're in Ireland. Best site and fast delivery, Ireland. Edit 4. Yowza. I'll get to responding to all of the questions this week. Thank you for the gold, platinum but no more please, and thank you to those that reached out looking to tip on apps or Bitcoin. Please consider donating to my favorite charity instead, Project Pinball. They provide and maintain pinball machines free of charge to long-term children's hospitals and take donations, sell merch, or if you're feeling lucky, they run 2 continuous raffles at $50 and $75 a ticket that close every 200 sold, where the winner gets a brand new pinball machine shipped to them. Imagine my horror when my first training bra was white and my skin is caramel. Seeing the outline in the mirror under my white uniform shirt freaked me out because I knew others would notice, even though my mom said it doesn't show because it's white. She is fair-skinned, but lady, I am brown. Edit. Please let me specify that a training bra is for young individuals going through puberty. The sexual comments I'm reading are very awkward and gross. Congrats to people who go braless as adults because you feel empowered to do so and are comfortable doing so. Don't imply that you like seeing breasts with or without bras when this post was about a child. Don't care how white she is, I'm white, German, English, and Dutch heritage, and white bras show through white shirts on white people. The issue is that nobody's told her they can see her bra. That's true. I'm a ghostly white redhead. You can still see. Cami is required or a thicker material. Personally, I don't fuck with white because I'm a klutzy, messy person. To add to this, a lot of people wash their face when they get up but not before bed. Washing before you sleep will help keep the pillowcase cleaner and prevent breakouts. You don't need to apply a ton of night cream or anything, just a medicated pad with salicylic acid will do. Your body will put moisture back on while you sleep and you'll wake up with a less oily face. Do your morning routine and make sure to add moisturizer as needed in the morning instead. Wash your sheets with unscented/sensitive detergent too. The perfumes are sometimes an irritant to the delicate skin on your face. Good advice. I just add that moisturizing is important for oily skin types too, as skin that lacks moisture will overproduce oils to compensate. Dry skin types will like a creamer, heavier moisturizer, while oily skin types will probably prefer something lighter. And always choose a gentle, non-fragranced one. And it seems counterproductive, but using an oil-based cleanser, like DHC, and using oils to moisturize, I like First Aid Beauty's oil, on oily skin works and works nicely. Everyone is different, but I have oily, acne-prone skin, and those 2 products are in my face cleansing repertoire, and my skin is doing amazing, sweetie. Edit to add, because it just popped in my head, my dudes. Dudes, you have skin. You should moisturize. It's not just for ladies, moisturizing is for everybody. Edit. Thanks to you/Air320 for popping my gold cherry. Much appreciated. I've heard this referred to as the rubber duck principle. I guess some folks think it's less crazy to talk to a rubber duck than to talk to yourself. In my work, software engineering, it's a pretty common practice to borrow someone just to sit there and listen to a thought. They usually don't need to even provide feedback, and are sometimes just replaced with inanimate objects, like a rubber duck. But yeah, there's just something about forcing thoughts into verbal statements that often provides the clarity that is needed. I'd add to this. A decision is only good or bad at the time it's made. People who say that turned out to be a bad decision are missing this point. It's only a bad decision if you chose poorly based on the information you had at the time. For example, betting on a horse that is in form and on favored going is not a bad decision. The horse ultimately losing doesn't make the decision bad. Betting on a horse that's out of form, doesn't like the going and looks a bit lame is a bad decision. If that horse wins, it was still a bad decision, you simply got away with it. Ignoring any judgments about betting as a whole. Manners and general politeness will get you far. I'll add to this. Be especially nice to receptionists. They are the gatekeepers. Whether you're there to interview for a job or attempt to sell something to the owners, if you are rude to the receptionist, you can kiss your chances goodbye. This applies doubly over the phone where body language and facial expressions are non-existent. Make sure your tone isn't condescending or else your message is going in the trash if it isn't mission critical. Source: I'm a receptionist. Interviewers always stop by my desk to get my seal of approval before moving forward in the hiring process. I have vetoed individuals for being rude/snobby and once for leaving a mess in the bathroom. My vote counts. Edit: since this is getting attention, I'll use this opportunity for a cheesy segue. Your vote counts, too. Register to vote. Also, thanks for the gold smile. Not really a life hack, but a general advice. Do what works for you. It doesn't matter if it's unconventional, if it works it works. I have ADHD, and for me that means keeping things organized is difficult AF. I also have a hard time remembering pretty much anything. I keep my laundry in boxes underneath my bed, organized by color. That way I won't forget anything in the laundry basket, I just empty the whole thing into the washer. Also makes it easier to see what I have to wash first. I live in Sweden, and here we have sort of a deposit, sorry if that's not the right word, on most plastic bottles and cans. I.e. we pay like 20 cents for the bottle/can. We then return it and get the 20 cents back. Most people keep those bottles and cans in like a wardrobe or such. However, I am terrible at putting those in there. I forget to bring them there and it just starts to pile up. Instead, I had a laundry basket just within reach from my bed, so I just had to lean out and put it in there. Unconventional, but it worked. I have like a million of these weird hacks going, but the important part is that it's okay to do what works for you. It doesn't matter if other people are able to just do it, if it's hard for you it's hard for you. I've had to explain my solutions a few times, but in the end, most people agree that sure it might not be what they're doing, but it's better than the alternative. I have a whiteboard on the fridge, so when I run out of something I write it up immediately. Like pasta, rice and so on. It's right there, so it's hard to forget. Writing a list in my phone or on a piece of paper is harder, because then I have to remember to actually write it down. I keep all my appointments in my Google Calendar, color-coded, green, fun/spare time, yellow, doctor's appointments and health-related stuff, red, work/study related stuff. I also have 2 reminders, one 24 hours prior to the event, and one 3 hours prior, that way I can still make it from A to B if I forgot about it. I organize my wardrobe by garment style. Like t-shirts, crop tops, cropped hoodies, long hoodies/cardigans, socks, panties and bras, shorts and skirts, pants. That way I can always find the type of garment I'm after. I have a set spot for my keys, if they're not there I won't find them. Forgot to mention I have a laundry basket for towels and bed linens. We have a magnetic paper clip on the inside of our entry door. If I have to remember something, whether it be to bring something or do something before I leave, I write it on a piece of paper and put it there. Would work fine with a sticky one as well, our door just happened to be magnetic. We have paper bins beside our bed and under the couch table. That way stuff like wrappers, potato chips bags or whatever won't stay on the table. I have like 4 phone chargers. One in the living room, one in the bedroom, one in the hobby room and one in my bag. That way I won't have to move them around and won't have to remember to put one in my bag if I'm going somewhere. Sorry this got long and slightly messy but I hope someone can benefit from it. I'm sure there's more but that's what I can think of right now, with some help from my boyfriend because I can't remember shit, smiley face. Accidentally posted this in the main thread lol. Along this line, learning how to apologize will make life easier. 1. Keep it short and clear. 2. Specifically say, I'm sorry. 3. Identify the thing you are sorry for. 4. Unless your remorse is particularly great, stop there. Only attempt to offer an explanation for egregious wrongdoing. 5. If you offer an explanation, you must also identify how you are going to prevent the issue in the future. 6. If you offer an explanation, make sure it's not actually an attempt at an excuse. 7. If you offer an explanation, Rule 1 still applies. 8. Do not ever include an excuse in an apology. Ever. Ever ever. I also have a personal rule that I will only apologize when I feel remorse. I will not give you an apology just because you think you deserve one, or just because someone tells me I should apologize. Lastly, do not ever state, "I'm sorry" if it conveys that you are not currently sorry for your actions, and that you might be sorry only under certain circumstances. It also removes most of the sincerity. If you don't know the circumstances, you probably aren't actually sorry. You're better off asking about the conditional first, and then issuing an actual apology if warranted. If you do know the circumstances, leave the if out and just identify what it is you feel bad about. When you're cooking and the recipe calls for onions and garlic, don't put the garlic into the pan until the onion is nearly translucent. Garlic cooks way faster than onions do. If you throw them in at the same time, it won't taste as good / the garlic will burn. It literally takes 30 seconds for minced garlic to cook. Also, if you're a home cook, sharpen your knives often. Thought of a few more tips. Love chives and parsley in your eggs / omelets / anything else, but hate the hassle of cutting them / using the herbs before it turns? Get dried chives and dried parsley instead. It rehydrates quickly in sauces / eggs and tastes the same. It's also way cheaper. This tip can apply to a lot of herbs. While fresher is always better, dried is often still delicious while still being in a student-wide budget. Add a bit of vinegar to your beans if you're making anything beany. A lot of home cooks think that vinegar is gross, and it is by itself, but a dash of vinegar can really make beans, sauces and marinades pop. On the topic of garlic. When you are cooking in the oven, roast, skillet, you can add garlic cloves with a hard skin, but remove as much as possible paper skin. It will cook the garlic inside the shell to a creamy texture. It's amazing. Best way to be healthy is to get the correct amount of sleep. Don't go on a strict diet but learn to portion properly and make sure you have a variety of food. Then be active. First two are more important than the last. Simple marinara sauce: put crushed garlic and onions, mushrooms optional, into pot and cook until onions are clear. Add can of crushed tomatoes, season. Italian season works perfect, stir occasionally, salt to taste, and when it's hot it's ready. Find coping skills and practice. Practicing when you're calm will help your body recognize what you're doing and calm down. If the only time you do a coping skill is when you're upset, it may stop being effective. Identify toxic people and remove them as much as possible from your life. Apologize. Say you're sorry and explain why you are. Find friends where it is a two-way relationship. You're there for them and they're there for you. Make each other better people. Find a hobby and become passionate about it. Might lead to more friends. How do you find it? Try something new and don't be afraid to be a noob. You'll find a lot more people in a hobby willing to help you than that'll make fun of you. Finding a significant others is fantastic, but remember to maintain friendships and hobbies. They should complement your life. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Emotions are real. Get comfortable with all of them. Understand what you're feeling is okay and natural. You're not any less because of how you feel. Find a therapist before you need one. Sometimes you need to talk to more than one to find the one that fits you. Therapists aren't only for times of crisis. Love more and hate less. Hate usually comes from not understanding. There are not excuses for people's behavior, but everybody learns to cope or adapt to situations in different types of ways. Some are more effective than others. Love yourself. Accept who you are. You are beautiful. Learn when it is time to give up. No one is successful at everything. People fail. Relationships fail. Dreams aren't always achieved no matter how hard you try. Enjoy the little things. Keep that inner child alive. Remember, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Lastly, slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Seriously? Pay your bills when they arrive, not when they're due. Banks, credit card companies, mortgage lenders, utility services, etc. absolutely love it when people wait until the last minute to pay their bills. When I signed up with my bank, I read the agreement and got the personal banker to concede that yes, they made a lot of money off late fees. They're not alone. The thing is, paying your bills when they arrive doesn't cost you anything extra. If you can get into the habit, you'll always be ahead of the curve, and if something comes up which necessitates you holding off on a bill, you've got a couple weeks to figure it out. It also relieves a considerable amount of stress. It's a bit like homework. Don't put it off until the last minute. Get the assignment done when the teacher gives it to you. I procrastinate absolutely everything in my life except for paying bills. I can't relax until I know that I'm in the clear financially, and they make it so easy now. I get an emailed statement, I transfer money directly from my bank account to the billing company, and I'm done. I don't have to walk to the post office or talk to anybody. It takes 3 minutes. I love technology.